Lincoln cents, we all love them. And when you see those beautiful brown, older coppers, great. When you see the red, older coppers, even more so. But when you see a proof Lincoln cent, it changes. And you never want to go anywhere other than proof. Well, tonight we finally have back in stock, for the first time this year, all the memorials in proof. Look at this one. So the second leg of the Lincoln cent is known as the memorial years. It started in 1959 and it went all the way through 2008. In 2009, we brought out the 4 coins, 13 weeks each, right? And then in 2010, now we have the shield cent. Well, at this time in history, the middle section are called memorials. And we're showing you those right now. There are 50 coins in this because there is only 1 coin launched every year. They are only made in the official U.S. Mint's proof set. That started in 1950. So from 50 to 58, those are memorial proofs. No, I'm sorry, Wheatie proofs. And then from 59 to 08, that 50-year run, it's the first complete collection of all of them of a design type. $99.95, everybody, that's the price. Divide that by 50. Means you're at $2 a coin. Now add in the packaging. Now add in that beautiful album, the leatherette album, the industry's leader, because you can encapsulate coins and protect them. And we're still under 100 when it comes to you assembled. Now, the other fun part about the Memorial series is all the changes that happened during this 50-year span. Between 1959 and 1964, Philadelphia struck the proof coins. They were the flat pack polys, remember? And then in 1965, 1966, and 1967, there were no proof sets. They made only what they call a special mint set. It was like a hybrid. They polished the dies and struck the coins once so you can tell a different finish. So you have 65, 66, and 67 here in that format. 1968, San Francisco takes over, making proof sets, and they are still making them today, 60 plus years later. Right? So we have 6 Phillies, 3 SMS, and 41 San Francisco proofs. That makes up the 50. Now inside of that, it gets even more fun, because in 1982, we went from copper 1 ounce cents to copper plated zinc. And you can see the difference looking at these coins. You can tell a copper versus a copper plated zinc. You just can. So there are 24 coppers and there are 26, we'll call them zincs. That makes up the 50. The other part is you'll notice how, as we go through this, the earlier first 2 rows have this beautiful glossy look. And then all of a sudden you start seeing this frosted appearance. That started in 1978. San Francisco, the technology improved to where they could frost out the dies, and the background now was mirrored, versus prior to that, the whole coin was mirrored. So during this 50-year span, there's a couple of changes, and you can see it all in this collection. It's actually quite cool, at least in my opinion. Now, my competitors are selling the same set you're looking at right now. Now, theirs is in an album, and they're using one of the Dansko Whitman albums, which means there's no capsule on the proofs. There's sliders that go over them. Hey, we've been using those for years, and I got an opinion, and we've all done it, so I'm going to check my comment, other than a proof in a capsule, way better. More expensive, but way better. They're at $316. $316. We're a third of that price tonight at only $99.95. You just saw that uniqueness of the reverse, right? On a proof, if you look closely with the naked eye, you can actually see Lincoln sitting on the tops of the steps. So if you've been to the memorial in Washington, D.C., you see this beautiful monument, right? And then you see these gorgeous steps, and then there's this monstrous gentleman on this massive chair, right? A regular uncirculated coin you really don't see, the proofs you can. So that is the glossy look prior to 78, right? The whole coin was a mirror. And then in 78, is when the frosting started. You can see it right here in the middle where it just all of a sudden takes over the rest of the collection. Again, we're at $99.95. They are encapsulated and in the album. I was asked a question on this topic, which is proof collections. How can yours be so much under everybody else? We're a very large proof set buyer in the marketplace. We buy a lot. It's not uncommon that we get a pallet or more in every couple of days from somewhere in the country. Somebody consolidated and we just bought the deal. You might have experienced this before yourself. When you look at a proof set, if you're at somebody's table, you look at the outer box, is it nice? Then you open up the plastic and you open it up and look at the plastic lens. How often do you see a coin that looks like crap? Usually it's the Lincoln cent. There's a spot somewhere, right? Can't sell that set. We got to crack that set. How often did you look at that plastic and it's actually cracked? Can't replace that plastic, so we got to crack that plastic. When we break proof sets, we break out, toss the bad piece, keep the good piece, encapsulate them at the time, and put them into our bins. And over time, we accumulate to where we have enough of all of them, to where tonight, for a matter of a few minutes anyways, I can talk about a complete collection where others just can't. And again, even with that said, we're only out 2 or 3 times a year with a collection like this one. So you can see Lincoln sitting on the middle on the top shelf, right? Right behind the pillars. It's just a beauty. So we have coppers, we have zincs. We have regular frosted proofs, we have regular glossy proofs. We have Philadelphia, we have SMS, and we have 41 S-Mint proofs. That's this 50-year span. Guys, give me 30 seconds, by the way. We're down to like 12 collections left. Lots of people on the phone. I don't have Johnny Carson's trick. Remember that Karnak, the magician, with him and Ed McMahon, where envelope to the head and you answer the question and open it up, and it's like, yeah, it was TV, it was staged. This is not staged. I don't know what you're calling for, other than I'm glad you are. Thank you. Hopefully it's for this collection because it's one heck of a collection. But our price, $99.95, gets them all encapsulated, in the album, delivered to you on your doorstep. Competition's over 300. That's called the AVC way. And thanks for listening.